So the first company we're going to have a look and write some data down in our checklist is the company with a ticker SQ. So the first thing on our checklist is to make sure it has an all-time historical trend. Now for this to be on our shortlist, it had to have an all-time historical trend going upwards. So that's it, automatic yes for that. Let's jump into last year's worth of data. And let's enlarge this a bit and just create some support and resistance lines so you can check the bounces and etc. So put a resistance line there, put a support line there. I'm going to tidy this up in a minute. Okay, just getting the colors right. So plot some support line to find a trend. So just trending. We can see a trend here. Let's find the bottom parts. Let's hit that support line there, and then it touches here. So let's bring that down to the bottom there. So you've got 1, 2, and it kind of breaks out here. Okay. Let's fix this resistance line. I can snatch it. Here we go. So the latest high is here. And the last high in this trend that we've identified is here. So what do we have here? So the price comes, can probably bring this down. Can we do this? Yes, we can. So price comes through into support, hits resistance, back to support, back up. So you can see that trend. But you can see here it's breaking out of the support line. So the trend is being changed. Let's run through the checklist on this. So you need to identify if it has 2 bounces or more in the upwards trend. So it bounces 1, 2, 3, but it's not going upwards. Okay, so I will say no to that, but it's not going back up in an upwards trend. So that's a no. Higher highs. So the first high there, great, bounces, comes back up. The second high, yes, that's higher than the previous one. Fantastic. Bounces and it comes here. This is the highest peak. Is that higher? Yes, that is. And it goes down and it bounces, comes up, and it doesn't actually come back up higher than the previous high there. So that will be a no. So there isn't a consistent higher highs in this trend. So that will be a no as well. Higher lows. So it starts here, goes up, down. So the low is actually higher. That's great. Goes all the way up, comes back down to support. Yes, it's higher. Goes back to resistance, goes down. Yes, that bounces higher. Goes up, but then it goes all the way back down past support. So that means there isn't a consistent higher lows. So that has to be a no. However, if we wanted to invest into this company, what price would we go in at? Now, it probably doesn't look like a good indicator or a good stock to jump into because it's got quite a few no's on our checklist, which we'll go through later. But if we was to plot the growth here, you can see it's about 30% from where it is now until it hits the resistance line. However, this isn't in a current trend, so we would want to wait till the next trend comes into play. But if it does come up to the support line, you can see that the difference from the support line to the resistance line is 15.8%. So let's mark this down on our checklist and jump into the next company we're going to look at.